Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. Today I'm going to be reacting to LORDE Solar Power. Now, I am very interested to see what I think about this because I know there are very mixed reviews from all of you. I'm not going to be swayed by what I've heard or what I've seen or whatever. I'm going to be very real to how I feel. If not more real, I'm going to be very deep in there with this sound, and I really want to set my intentions to really listen and see what I think, because it's easy to be influenced. But I do actually look forward to it, and I'm not going to lie, I love the song Solar Power and I loved Mood Ring. I really enjoyed them, so I like that feeling, I like that vibe. I don't know how the rest of the album's going to go, but that vibe for me was nice, so I'm looking forward to get into it. When I asked if you would like a lyric analysis video, a lyric analysis on my new website, like I did for Lana Del Rey Blue Banisters, I probably won't go as deep as I did with Blue Banisters, even though it might be difficult because LORDE's lyrics are so complex that I might have to go deep. I don't know, it might take forever, who knows. However, even though most of you said yes, you want that, quite a few of the comments were saying it's not worth it. So I'm umming and ahhing about it, but I'm going to listen and see what I think. I might just be able to get in the lyrics in the video, not look into it too much, just see what I feel. I don't want to get too overloaded. I just want to see what it feels like and whatever. Yes, if you'd like to become a patron, please do, because our tier 1 is loving kindness, and you can get uncut videos, unedited, videos, and early access, and you can watch replays of my live streams, which leads me to tier 2, where I have live streams where you send me your song requests and I basically react to them live. It's very chill. It's not, I know that it might sound intimidating, it's not at all. I'm a very relaxed person, honestly. The last live stream I did, I was in bed. I was literally like this in bed, under the blanket, relaxing. So, it's very, very relaxed and a lot of fun, actually. I did a 2-hour live stream last time, so you'll definitely have room for a song. And on the third tier, there is 1 spot left if you want to give me an album request, and it won't be done until probably December or January, but you don't have to be with me for this month, December and January. Basically, if you want to just pay up front, you can do that, and then I will email you the video when it's ready, basically. But if you want to stay for those months, please do, because you get all of the other tiers benefits as well, live streams and so on like that. Anyway, without further ado, let's oh yeah, and also talk about my website, check it out, sorry, and follow me on Instagram, I'll follow you back if you want me to. Okay, sorry, I just have to get it out there, okay? I have to. I'm trying to build this thing. Alright? Good. I'm actually really looking forward to this, so I'm gonna get right on into it. Yeah. The first song is called The Path. Whew. Okay. Oh, actually, sorry. I might get the lyrics up as I go. All right then, let's go. Love that tone. I actually like this already.
Born in the year of Oxycontin, embraced in the tall grass.
Oh, the harmony.
Teen millionaire having nightmares from the camera flash.
Oh, that's interesting. Teen millionaire having nightmares from the camera flash. Wow. Maybe, in a way, that seems like it's traumatic. It was scary being young and that famous, basically. Maybe that's why she took so long to make an album. Maybe it was I know she did melodrama, but even then, maybe after that she was like, okay, I'm still not ready for this. The fame is actually huge. So maybe that's why it took so long. I don't know. You guys probably know more, but very honest.
Now I'm alone on a windswept island.
This is beautiful. Oh, wow. You know what that feels like? You know, she said, like, I'm alone on a windswept island. Oh, when I had my eyes closed then, I could actually feel the winds, and it was a warm wind just going, you know, just kind of swaying as she's going, ah. She's like one with the wind almost, and just swaying with it. It's warm wind. That's kind of beautiful. I actually am loving this. I'm loving it.
I'm in a cast at the museum gala fork in my purse to take home to my mother.
Oh!
Supermodels all dancing round a pharaoh's tomb. Now if you're looking for a savior, well that's not me.
The way it's developing is great. It's giving me Nelly Furtado vibes. The beat, especially.
Oh, broken inside. Where are the dreams that we had? Can't find the dreams that we had.
I love it.
Let's hope
It's like a whale.
show us the I just hope the sun will show us the best. Savior, it's not me.
Savior. I don't know what she did now. It's not me. But I like the way that moved. Oh my god, the vocal layering is so astonishingly beautiful. I feel like I'm at Woodstock, but I'm also like if Woodstock was on a deserted island, you know, like I'm picturing the solar power video, you know, like I'm kind of seeing that. Imagine Woodstock being there. I'm feeling that, and I love the progression of the instruments coming in and in and in more and more and building. That's the sort of thing that feels like freedom and things, space getting wider and wider and wider and more magical. It's brilliant.
I just hope the sun will show us the
Already singing with it. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. For me. Oh, a fade out as well. Oh, really turning back the time. A fade out is so early 2000s, you know what I mean? But yeah, if I'm singing along, that's definitely a good sign. It means there's room for it. There's like that flowy feeling to it that just feels very good. I really enjoyed that. Because you didn't know where it was going to go from when it started to the end. Start to the end, you didn't know where it was going to go. Yeah, I like that. All right, next song is Solar Power. We all know I've heard this, but I'm not going to do any skips, so let's go for it. I'm not going to talk throughout this one though, because I've already got a video on it. Check it out.
I hate the winter, can't stand the cold. Can I kick it? Yeah, I can. My cheeks in hot color, overripe peaches. No shirt, no shoes, only my feet.
Reminds me of Jack Johnson, or like Jason Mraz.
A prettier Jesus. Forget all of the tears that you've cried. It's over. Aquamarine, and I throw my cellular device in the water.
Oh, beautiful.
Can you reach me?
No, you can't.
My cheeks in hot color, overripe peaches.
That's funny actually that she says about the, I don't know why, if I just somehow thought this, but my blush that I'm wearing is called Life's a Peach. Life's a peach. Like life's a beach and peach, and she says that her cheeks are the colour of overripe peaches, so I wonder if I subconsciously thought that when I put it on today. I do wear it often, but still.
Come on and let the bliss begin. Blink 3 Times when you feel it kicking in, that
gorgeous! See, another one that you can just jam the hell over, and that was just some bluesy runs. Just want to, you know, really go solar power. You know, it's just got that It's just so beautiful. It feels like goddamn freedom. Okay, next song, California, and I haven't heard this one, so let's go for it.
once upon a time in Hollywood when Carol called my name. Now I've spent thousands on you, darling, all the hotels and the jets, and I'd pay it all again to have your golden body back in my bed.
Interesting. I didn't catch the first lyrics because I was just like trying to get to lyrics, but I like that. I'd pay it all again to have your golden body back in my bed. But I suppose, like, I don't know why, but when I saw golden body, I thought of like the is it an Oscar that's golden or a Golden Globe? I can't remember. Isn't it like the Oscar? Is it an Oscar? Grammy? Is a Grammy gold? One of them has like a golden body, right? I'm gonna click on it and see if it says anything about it. So someone just wrote, California is dubbed the Golden State and LORDE is acknowledging the glamour that the place has afforded her. So nothing to do with what I was saying. Now I'm reading back here. Once upon a time in Hollywood, when Carol called my name, I stood up, the room exploded. Oh, my electric just went. Oh, crap. Okay, hello. I am back, even though for you it would have been like a split second, but my electric turned off. I should have checked before I did the video, but obviously forgot. Yeah, so I just had to sort all that out. And it's annoying because I have to like, you know, go online to do it. So I had to like do it on my phone's mobile data. Anyway, not important, but let's let's just get on with it, and hopefully there'll be no more complications. I could have really done with some solar power then, so that wouldn't happen, even though it is a grey day, so that probably wouldn't have helped either. But let's carry on. I was just reading the verse. I was just reading, once upon a time in Hollywood, when Carol called my name, I stood up, the room exploded, and I knew that's it, I'll never be the same. That's when the door swung open and their voice said, we're glad you came. Now I spent thousands on you, darling, all the hotels and the jets, and I'd pay it all again to have your golden body back in my bed. But I don't miss the poison arrows aimed directly at my head. That's very interesting. So what interests me is, like, I've spent thousands on you, darling, all the hotels and the jets. You know, who is she talking about, if you know what I mean? Or is it just about LA, you know, California? Let's carry on.
Don't want that California love. Don't want that California love.
I love her vocal.
Once upon a time, desert flowers and gifted children, but it got hard to grow up with your cool hand around my neck.
That's a beautiful little harmony then. But whose cool hand around her neck? It says here, by the nature of the material, metal awards are cool to the touch. So she is hey, when I said about golden body back in my bed and I was talking about awards, how did I somehow predict that someone was going to talk, that she was actually going to talk about that? Am I just onto something Why do I have weird psychic moments like this? Or how do I know? How do I know things? You know, how do I know? But then that goes on to say, although this might be a stretch, the cool hand is the music industry's hand placed around her neck. Sounds controlling, menacing. Her relationship with California is toxic and she doesn't want this love. But I love that someone else thought of the award thing. But it doesn't say it. When I on Genius, when I click on your golden body back in my bed, it doesn't say anything about the awards, if you know what I mean. So I thought, oh, well, I've got that a bit wrong. And then as soon as I clicked on cool hand around her neck, it suddenly talks about awards. Who am I? All right, let's carry on. Sorry, pausing so much.
Smell tequila, the garden grows up in my mind again. Goodbye to all the bottles,
That
all
sound.
the models, back to the kids in the lines for the new Supreme. The California love.
Wow.
The one that California love. The California love.
These instruments do have a somewhat muffled feel to them, you know, and the vocal is very clear and air-like. I quite like that though. It's giving me a bit of Lana Del Rey.
It's just a dream.
I like that. Yeah, interesting. You know, she said, it's just the dream, it's just a dream, I want to wake up. And that whole song, before I even programmed what she was saying, it felt like a dream, you know, it felt like it moved past in a haze. I was just thinking in my head like, oh, that didn't really feel like a real song. It felt like a moment. And I was just thinking that, la da 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 da, and then I went, oh wait, she just said, it's just a dream, I want to wake up. She just said that. And that kind of mirrors what I was feeling about the song. So yeah, I like it. But I wouldn't listen to it as a standout song alone. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't choose that song to listen to as like a standalone song. Maybe I will. In editing, it all changes. I do actually like it. It was just pretty. But okay. Next one is called Stoned at the Nail Salon. Okay, let's go for it.
Got a wishbone drying on the windowsill in my kitchen. I love this life that I have, the vine hanging over the door, and the dog who comes when I call. But I wonder sometimes what I'm missing.
Okay.
Well, my heart blood's been burning for so many summers now. It's time to cool it down.
Interesting. When we looked back on the last song, interesting, she says, my hot blood's been burning for so many summers now, and it feels like talking about the solar power, living on that island, kind of being far away and just living it up really in a relaxing kind of place, simple life sort of thing. And then she said it's time to cool it down wherever that leads. And in the last song, someone said about the cool hand of the music industry, or, you know, so on, being in California. Does she want to go back to California? Because in the last song, it sounds like she definitely doesn't. But here it sounds like she might, or maybe it's not California, but somewhere else a little less simple. Something that might give her a bit more challenges and so on, a bit more like lively maybe. Oh, but someone here on Genius says it's also possible that these two lines carry a second meaning as a subtle reference to Ella's well-documented trip to Antarctica in February 2019, which she took in order to learn more about science of the area and climate change. So yeah, maybe she means something to do with that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm stoned at the nail salon. Maybe I'm the nail salon.
Love that.
Again.
I like that too, because you know, when you smoke the devil's lettuce, you know, you can get kind of like thoughtful and introspective and go on little tangents in the mind. It's very, you know, and so on like that. So, you know, all these thoughts she's having, all these feelings of change and need to change, and, you know, these decisions she's trying to make, she's saying, but maybe it's all nothing. Maybe it's just because I'm high, basically. So I like that. I like that kind of, could this be what I want? Or, yeah, maybe it doesn't mean anything at all.
Got a memory of waiting in your bed wearing only my earrings. Two former hellraisers. I'm still crazy for you, babe.
Wow.
Well, my heart,
Who's she talking
it's
about?
been burning for so many summers now.
I love the layered vocals in this album.
It's time to cool it down. Wherever that leads.
Oh, the deep vocal.
All the music you loved at 16, you grow out of.
Not true.
Just don't let the nail salon again.
I love how she says again. Like she's had these moments frequently.
Oh, make it good.
But also, like, you know, it's like she said again, as if she's already had these thoughts before, but also again, like, doing the same thing again, like a boredom, you know what I mean? Again, and again, and again. This is what I do.
Oh, make it good. I'd ride on the carousel, round and round forever if I could.
I love how
But it's
that
time to cool it down.
moves.
Whatever that means.
Yes, bring me the deeper vocal. Wow, I really like that one. And like I really pictured it like the nail salon having almost like a 50s vibe to it. Like a small town kind of nail salon. I don't know why though. The only thing is I was picturing a hair salon. I was picturing those like heaters on the heads, you know what I mean? Those hairdryer things. So that's not a nail salon at all, but that's what I was picturing. And it was mint green, the hairdryer thing. But I could just see her like, it's just very, it was kind of empty, not a lot of people in it, and she's just kind of like high and just reflecting on things and just thinking about things. Yeah, no, yeah, I really like the feeling of that one. It was kind of melancholy to some degree, but it's just a place where thought is held. I like that. Okay, next song, Fallen Fruit.
To the ones who came before us, all the golden ones who were lifted on a wing.
All right, hang on a minute. What I've just seen is Jack Antonoff wrote this album with LORDE. Basically, most of the songs, I imagine. That's why I said it sounded like Lana Del Rey. And I was still thinking it. I was thinking, this is giving me real Lana Del Rey feelings, like the instrumentals, like completely. Yeah, that makes, well, that's it then. Makes sense. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that I know. So you don't need to tell me in the comments because I know. Okay? I saw it with my own eyeballs.
All the golden ones who were lifted on a wing.
The vocal layering is insane. So beautiful.
We had no
Gorgeous.
idea the dreams we had were far too big.
Oh, the melody!
We will walk together.
Oh.
Psychedelic garlands in our hair.
Wait. No, I've got to do it. Got to do it. Sorry, just got to do it. Psychedelic, man. Psychedelic. Yes, I should have thought of this before. How freaking yeah.
Psychedelic garlands in our hair.
I like this.
You leave us dancing on the falling fruit.
I love all of the melody choices, the notes. That chord. Wow.
Took the great minds and the vapors.
What a moment!
It's time for us to leave, and we will.
I have to pause it just because copyright stuff, but like, I wasn't expecting that like boom at all. This is a cinematic movie storytelling moment. This feels like, I don't know, I'm picturing like a theatre sort of show with this kind of Midsummer's Night Dream sort of feeling, like, or like, well, I'm seeing like, you know, like deep purple lighting and green lighting, and I'm sort of seeing, a bit like the actually a bit of like Body Electric music video from Lana Del Rey, and kind of seeing the colourings of that in here for sure. Kind of love it. Garden of Eden type of feeling too. Greek mythology a bit.
Psychedelic gardens in our hair.
Nice.
But how can I love when I know I am gonna lose?
It's also got a really like rocky chord progression, you know, like rock music chord progression, for sure.
Don't make me choose.
Hypnotic experience. Ooh. Oh God, miss you on my lips. It's me, a little Venice bitch. That just reminds me, reminds me of Venice Bitch a little bit. Not the actual song, but Jack Antonoff's kind of sound coming in there with all like the different unique guitar sounds and things on different areas, and just the traveling kind of psychedelic feeling. Really like that. I really like that, and I really like being able to hear that production with LORDE. It just gives it another flavour, That's very cool. I like that a lot. Okay, next song. By the way, Fallen Fruit might be one of my favourites. I'm not joking. Like, something about it. It had that rocky aspect to it. Definitely psychedelic. A darker feeling to it. Moody feeling. Really liked it. Really did. And funnily enough, it has some of the least listens. Well, not the least listens, but the least so far out of all the songs I've played. All right, okay. Next song is called Secret from a Girl Who's Seen It All. All right. Secrets from a Girl Who's Seen It All.
Dancing with my girls, only having 2 drinks, then leaving. Guess it's been a while since you last said sorry. Crying in the dark at your best friend's party. You've had enough, gotta turn the lights up, go home. Couldn't wait to turn 15. Then you blink and it's been 10 years.
Oh, don't.
Go. You can take them if you want them, these are just
Yeah.
secrets from a girl who's seen it all. Remember what you thought was grief before you got the call. Baby, go.
That line, remember what you thought was grief before you got the call. Ooh. Because, you know, saying before you got the call being that someone has died, you know, on the phone. But it's like, remember what you thought grief felt like before you actually went through grief. And that's to say for everything. Remember what you thought love was before you fell in love. Remember what you thought, you know, pain was before you ever had something truly bad happen to you. Remember what you thought like a career path would be like before you even done it. You know, all of it. So I really like that.
It's gonna feel the pain for you. You're gonna love again, so just try staying open. And when the time comes,
sounds like a message to our younger self, maybe.
Yeah, when the time comes,
and to other younger people.
Everybody wants the best for you, but you gotta want it for yourself.
That's true.
Couldn't wait to turn 15, then you just go. Secrets from a girl who's seen it all.
Okay, in the lyrics here it says the spoken outro is Robin, so okay, let's go for it.
Welcome to sadness. The temperature is unbearable until you face it. Thank you for flying with Strange Airlines. I will be your tour guide today. Your emotional baggage can be picked up at carousel number 2. Please be careful so it doesn't fall onto someone you love. You'll be fine. I'm just going to show you in, and you can stay as long as you need to get familiar with the feeling. And then when you're ready, I'll be outside and we can go look at Sunrise by Euphoria mixed with existential vertigo. Cool.
I love that. That's a really cool little moment. Really like takes you to a place, and I love like the metaphor of it being like a airplane, this journey. And I like that your emotional baggage can be picked up at carousel number 2. Please be careful so it doesn't fall onto someone you love. I really like that, and like it's so funny because like mixing the metaphor with actual imagery of that happening as well is, it's just a journey in itself. It's like a really fun little story in my mind, at least, and especially I can imagine that's what's trying to be portrayed. Wonderful meanings all over the place. Okay, the song was okay. The listenable sound to it is listenable. It's beautiful, but it was just another one that was like, yeah, it's nice. It's not like I don't like it though. It's not even like I don't like it at all. It's just like it's nice. Okay, next song, the man with oh fuck, I can't talk. The man with the axe. The man with the axe.
If I had to break it down, I'd say it's the way you love to dance, moving the furniture.
Beautiful.
When my back is turned, and your office job, and your silver hair, but our shapes in the dark are the reason I've stayed for all these years.
Wow.
I thought I was a genius, but now I'm 22, and it's starting to feel like all I know how to do is put on a suit and take it away.
Oh, that vocal.
With my fist full of tunes that it's painful to play. Fingernail.
What a relaxing vibe, actually. Like a really dreamy tune. Again, very dreamy. I do like her vocal register here as well, that more like speech level kind of vocal. I'm enjoying that. Not saying too much about the lyrics, but it seems like a story. Don't know if it's her story, or what. Because I'm caught on your office job and your silver hair, but our shapes in the dark are the reason I've stayed for all these years. I'm like, is she got a boyfriend, an older boyfriend, or something? Yeah. Oh, right, okay. This song is about her long-term boyfriend, Justin Warren, a promotions director for Universal Music New Zealand, who has silver hair. Okay, maybe it's, I don't know if he's older or if it's like dyed silver. You know what I mean? I don't really know much about her life, if I'm honest. But, okay, so this is a song for him. Okay, I'm more with it now then.
I've got hundreds of gowns, I've got paintings in frames, and a throat that fills with panic every festival day. But you, with your tongue, slashes your infinite t-shirts, same as my father's, you take me down.
Got chills a little bit actually.
There by the fire, you offered your hand, and as I took it, I loved you, the boy with the plan. You felt me clean.
Oh, okay, interesting shift. I kind of wasn't ready for the shift, I have to admit. I was just getting into the pace of what was going on. Maybe I'll like the shift more when I let it happen. But I don't know, made me feel a little bit emotional bits of this actually as I got into it a bit more. So that shift felt weird because I felt emotional, if you know what I mean. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
The man with the axe and the love.
Oh, beautiful.
His eyes. We've been through so many hard times.
Oh, yeah.
A love song for you, baby.
Oh, man, I love that actually. Okay, now I want this bit to go on forever. Oh, no. I kind of needed that to go on and just jam, you know. We've been through so many hard times. I'm writing a song for you, baby. I just needed it to like, you know, chug along like that a bit, and she could just change the vocals around just a little bit, because if you're going to have a shift, give it time for adaptation. But I really like that song, and that's one. I'm in a long-term relationship myself, yeah, and you know, we've been through so many hard times, you know. That's awesome, because like I was talking the other day about love, right? And I feel like true love is when you've actually, it's not at first sight. I feel like you can have attraction at first sight, lust at first sight, and you feel that like feeling at first sight where you think you're gonna like someone. But love, true love, comes with time, issues, problems, you know, things that you have to get through together. You know, like real difficult stuff that is like, honestly, really hard. But if you can resolve things and get through things and get better and so on, I feel like that's real love. That's real love. And when Lorde's saying we've been through so many hard times, I'm writing a love song for you, baby, you know. I feel like that's real love, you know. You've got to get through those difficult times to really know if that love's real, if that makes sense. So I love that. I would like to look more into it just because, I don't know, I feel like it's going to mean a lot, even if it's very personal. I'm interested. Okay, next song is called Dominoes.
I heard that you were doing yoga with Uma Thurman's mother just outside of Woodstock.
Saying Woodstock. I mentioned it earlier.
Watering all the flowers. into with your new girlfriend outside on the rooftop.
I like the field recording, like it sounds like either the guitar or just some atmospheric sounds have been recorded and placed underneath the song. I like that though, makes it feel real, makes it feel like you're there. It feels raw and, you know, not messed with.
50 gleaming chances in a row, and I watch you flick them down like dominoes. Must feel good being missed to start again. It's strange to see you smoking marijuana. You used to do the most cocaine of anyone I'd ever met.
Wow, okay.
Just another phase you're showing off.
Well, what I'm going to say about this, without reading into it, my interpretation, it sounds like looking at someone, like an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, you know, whatever, but an ex, and being like, wow, you've actually changed a lot, and it's weird. It's like weird, like what? How come you've changed so much? And well, we all change, obviously, but it just feels like looking at someone you were with and how much they change. And you know, it's strange to see you smoking marijuana. You used to do so much. Like that to me feels like a dig. You know, it feels a bit like you're going, oh, you know, now you're all chill, but you used to do, you know, lots of this, lots of Coca-Cola, and you know that's not a good look, you know. So and she's just like airing it out here in the song, like, you used to do lots of this though, didn't you? Feels a little bit passive aggressive, if you know what I mean, like a dig. I don't know who it's actually about, but this is my interpretation.
The whole world changes right around you. You get 50 gleaming chances in a row, and I want you flip them down like dominoes. Must feel good being missed to start again. Yeah, it must feel good being missed to start again. Don't get up. Yeah, it must feel good being missed to start again.
Nice. That felt like a real little off the cuff moment, maybe all recorded in the room, you know. I like that. The only thing that's making me sad is some of these songs feel way too short. You know, these are types of songs where in the 60s, 70s, they would just go on and on, like with the psychedelic sort of stuff, right? We're talking here. So all that stuff would be like very flowy, like 11-minute songs here and there, you know, and you'd just be in it like that. And these are all little tidbits of that kind of vibe. I know it's got a 90s vibe, I know it's got an early 2000s vibe, but it has got that psychedelic feeling that should be going on and on and on. But so much of the songs are so short, and it feels, it kind of doesn't match the vibe somehow. I'm liking them, but I'm like, come on, be longer. And I get bad back, so, you know, I'm not always into things being too long. Well, maybe some things are alright being a bit too long. Anyway, next to Big Star.
Everyone knows that you're too good for me, don't they?
Oh, coming out with that line.
I'm a cheater.
She does that, doesn't she?
I'm shy.
I feel like Lorde has always done that, like popped off with a good line to start a song. She gets you hooked. She's a lyricist, like a pure lyricist. Well, like, you know, even listening to all these songs, I'm just keep drawing myself to the lyrics, and the music is just like a background for the lyrics, really. That's good. I like this vibe so far. Feels a bit rocky again.
I'm a cheater, I lie and I'm shy, but you like to say hello to total strangers.
I love the low vocal.
Pipes and
walls
of color I can't, but every perfect summer's gotta say goodnight. Now I'll watch you run.
Perfect Summer. Call back to Liability. Love that.
I used to love the party, now I'm not alright. Drinking in the dark, take me home tonight.
Wow.
got so much to tell you and not enough time to do it in.
A very relatable feeling, that.
You run to the winter light.
Really beautiful
I
words.
used to love the party, now I'm not alright. Hope the honey bees make it home tonight.
What I like about this, it feels like there's a lot of you know, connotations or references to pure heroin and liability here. You know, like the honey bees and stuff like that. I swear that feels like something to do with royals or something, you know. Yeah, queen bee and royals. So, and like the honey bees. You know, she's saying she used to love the party, but she's not up for it. And she's saying, I hope like all my friends are still having fun and making it home tonight. You know what I mean? Like they're all out, but she isn't, because she's not down for it anymore. Wow, this is a very reflective song.
Big star, wanna take your picture till I die. Till I die.
Cute. Oh. Nice. I'm just going to look into like who the big star is that she's talking about, because I wasn't sure if she was talking about herself or someone else. But clicking on the chorus, there's a picture of a dog. So these lines showcase how much Pearl meant to Lorde. I'm guessing Pearl is the dog? She saw him as if he was a celebrity, according to Coupe de Maine, she explained. I just wanted to say how much I loved him and how simple it was. There's a certain feeling when you really love someone, and I'm sure a lot of people have this about their kids. My dog was like a celebrity to me. I saw him and felt that feeling that people feel probably looking at their child, or they look at someone they really adore and look up to. He was like a star to me, and I just wanted to take his photo all the time to look at him. Did he pass away? And just like the tense, you know, talking about the tenses, wanted, loved. Yeah, it sounds like he might have passed away. Yeah, what a cute little song. I love that. I like that though. I like the feeling of that one. Again, her vocal register I was really into. Right, next song, Leader of a New Regime. Okay.
Wearing SPF 3000 for the ultraviolet rays.
Oh. Okay. 3000. Jesus.
Made it to the island on the last of the outbound planes. Got a trunk full of Simone.
I guess that like a harmony. I guess the harmony to do there.
Got a trunk full of Simone and Celine, and of course my magazines. I'm gonna live out my days.
Oh, this is a little song.
Won't somebody, anybody,
Ooh.
be the leader of a new regime?
Oh, come on with those harmonies.
Out seeing another day. We need the leader of a new regime.
Wow. Okay, sonically, absolutely loved that. Not going to go too into lyrics here, but really sonically amazing. I just love those choral parts and the harmonies, interesting harmonies, rather than your typical third and fifth, seventh, or whatever. You know, it's really getting some interesting ones. They feel like they move well, obviously, if you don't know by now, I have synesthesia, so the way they look are like tree branches, you know, like going up and around, like, you know what I mean? So very nice to look at. Anyway, next song, Mood Ring, which I definitely know. I reacted to that, so please check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, let's go for it.
booze, but inside
I really like this one.
can't seem to fix my mood. Today it's as dark as my roots. If I to think the early 2000s seem so far away. Hey, 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 hey. Ladies, begin your sun salutations, transcendental in your meditations. I can't feel a thing. I keep looking at my mood ring. Tell me how I'm feeling. Floating away, floating away.
This song was a great one to bring out as like a single and have a music video to, because it does have that like lure to it, you know? It has that like kind of like media friendly kind of sound to it, if you know what I mean. Radio friendly sound. But it's still so good as well. It's just a nice little lure.
Trying to get well from the inside. Let's go. Ladies, begin your sun salutations. Pluto and Scorpio generation. Love and light. Floating away, floating away. All the sad girls say. Sunset, back of my life. I just wanna know when you see your heart.
Oh, that ending. So bizarre. What the hell? That's an insane ending. I forgot about that ending. Did it end like that on the music video? Yeah, I think it did. But that's so abrupt, and you're like, take me away to some kind of place, and you're like, there you are going, yeah, take me away, and it's like, and you're like, oh, right, back to reality then. Okay, cool. I do really like that one. All right then, next song, which looks like the longest song on the album. I'm looking forward to that. It's called Oceanic Feeling. Let's get comfortable.
It's a blue day when I hit that water, when it holds me. I think about my father when he was a boy.
I like that.
It's a blue day.
Okay, so maybe this will be one that rises and rises and progresses like the first song again. Just wanted to mention she brings up her father quite a lot in this album too. Does she have a good relationship with him? Sounds like she does, you know, saying, you know, she's jumping in the water reminds her of her father and so on when he was just a little boy, and that seems like a nice little memory.
You'll catch the big one. Sliding the knife under the skin. Grateful for this offering.
Ooh.
Under the sun.
I like this.
Under the
Oh,
sun.
the instrumentation.
Little brother, I think you're an angel.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
See your silver chain levitate when you're kick flipping.
That's cool. I like that image. Oh, okay.
Baby,
All right, let me just yeah, break that down a little bit. Little brother, I think you're an angel, and it's very angelic vocals. Angel. And then I can see your silver chain levitate. And thinking about it this way, when I see a silver chain levitate, you know, he's jumping and obviously his chain's levitating. But you can also imagine like a silver chain levitating above his head like a halo. right? I mean, I just kind of came up with that in my head there, but I can see it, like it going and then it just kind of, you know, if you extend that thought further, it could be a halo. I don't know. But really it just means it lifting as he jumps, he kick flips on his skateboard, you know, it lifts. And then that beat coming in, and it gets a little bit more cool, let's say. It matches up with it, like he's a skater boy sort of thing. It's got like a bit more of a skater boy kind of sound to it, Tony Hawk's moment.
Baby boy, you're super cool. I know you're scared, so was I. But all will be revealed in time, time.
Love it.
I can make anything real. So into summer.
The music. Anything real. You know, it sounds like imagination. You know, like when you're like imagining something, that's a sound effect that's often used, or like remembering back to something. You know, I don't know. I just like the sound effects to the words.
Every day is blue and never cloudy. Don't look down.
So pretty.
I can make anything with you true. If I have a daughter, my demon's disposition or my wicked seed.
I love that. I've got a daughter, so I feel it on that level.
Will she split a tab with her lover? Laugh with the stars like a mother.
This is so good.
When she was a girl.
Oh, so meaningful. Okay, are we going into like a bit of an instrumental part here? Because if so, I'm going to have to pause it quickly. But I just want to say this is probably one of my favourite songs as well. It's something to it. So, just about the family, brother, if I have a daughter, father, all of it. It's so personal and beautiful. And it just feels sentimental and appreciative, you know? Oh.
Cherry black lipsticks gathering dust in a drawer.
The vocal choice. Interesting vocal choice. Now that cherry black lipstick, you know, I don't need her anymore. Using that bit more of a nasally, softer sound, you know. It's like a different character almost. Interesting. I like it.
'Cause I got this power. Just had to breathe. And tune in. I just had to breathe. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. I just had to breathe.
It's like she's melting away into like a slumber. Okay, so outros LORDE and Marlon Williams. This is a really lovely vibe, by the way. I love progressive stuff. Oh, that change.
But I'm trying, taking it 1 year at a time.
I get that.
Use the wood brought in by the tide.
You show me how. I'll know when it's time to take off my robes and step into the choir.
Oh, damn. Totally needed a choir moment then, you know. Needed a little choir moment, but I guess it makes sense of lyrics. You know, oh no, when it's time to take off my robe and step into the choir, maybe it's not her time yet. So there is no choir at the end because it wasn't her time. But left me wanting a choir moment. It did. Wow, so technically that's the last song, I imagine, because now it's a bonus track. Helen of Troy bonus track. Hold No Grudge bonus track. Okay, so if that's the end of the original album, I think it's phenomenal. I do. I think it's phenomenal. And honestly, I'm pretty surprised that it's the second to last least listened to song on Spotify. I hope that makes sense. Because I found it beautiful. I really like the progression, really like the feeling of it. I understand it's not a song that you could just put on and just jam to. Like, you can't, it's not like one that you're like, oh yeah, this would be a good song to put on. But the whole album doesn't feel like that. The whole album feels like a moment. And I feel like, you know, when you think of Liability and Pure Heroin, they had songs that you could listen to as standalone songs easily. Whereas this whole album does feel more of like a one song almost, one long movie song. And it's just thought processes and so on. I really like this album. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a beautiful album. I think it's beautiful. And I just think it's different. And I do understand if you like the sound, like Liability and Pure Heroin, if you fell in love with those sounds, I understand why you'd be like, this is just so different. It's not really my type of thing. I don't really vibe with it. It doesn't feel like classic Lorde to me. I truly understand why you might not get with it. I really do. But however, people do change. And especially if you were so young and then you're growing up, you're definitely going to change. Well, I'd hope you'd change. I hope you'd grow. So I feel like this album's actually very amazing. This is coming from someone who's not been a Lorde fan for years. So, you know, I've only really properly listened to Lorde this year. So yeah, it's hard for me to say really, but all I know is this sort of vibe is a vibe I really enjoy the flowy feeling. A lot of songs mould into one another and so on, but I kind of like that about it because I would listen to it in succession almost all the time I hear it. I probably wouldn't pick random songs out, maybe songs like Mood Ring I would, but and the Fallen Fruit one I would, but yeah, they're just beautiful songs. I think they're very pretty. I can imagine after waiting all this time though, you would imagine to have something a bit more amazing, like, you know, like amazing, like really just like out there. And I don't mean like a big crazy album like blah, blah, blah. I mean just something, I can imagine it does feel a little lackluster for some people. But as someone who hasn't been a Lorde fan for very long, it feels just perfect to me. And I know a lot of you love this too, and I know a lot of you have like moved with Lorde and gone, yeah, I actually respect this choice, I respect this decision and so on, and are enjoying it just as much as I am right now, if not more. So yeah, I thought I'd just say that before I get onto the bonus tracks. But let's do it. Helen of Troy bonus track. Alright, Justin Timberlake.
You've heard it all before. 1 minute I was killing them all, and the next the brown suit wouldn't let me perform. If you want, you can come. I'm in my own little golden age. Oh, when you talk shit about an old friend, I know it's hard, but do your best. Give yourself a break, have a little faith. Let's hear it for the girls living in the modern world.
I love it! Oh, come on. This is good. This is really good. Loving the feeling. So when you smoke that cigarette or when you talk shit about an old friend, I know it's hard, but do your best. Give yourself a break. Have a little faith. It's like, don't feel bad about it. You know? It's like, don't feel bad about it. Just, we all do it. You know? Stop like putting pressure on yourself. Stop making yourself feel like you have to be perfect, basically. Let's hear it for the girls living in the modern world. Absolutely love this. Hey, yeah.
Everyone please make way for the girl who looks like she flew in from outer space.
Ooh, the sounds!
Hey, I think I'll wait it out. My little thing is keeping them keen. Think the city's falling for me, just like I'm Helen of Troy.
Love it!
So when you're broke, you get ahead.
I just love those warp. Oh, it sounds so good. I love the city's falling for me, just like I'm Helen of Troy as well. Because it's in, like, what I like that is like, I love the double meaning of it, because Helen of Troy, the city actually fell during a war or something. I'm not too versed on it, but like there was like, you know, that city literally fell. And then the metaphor is the city's falling for me, as in like falling in love with me, like I'm the Helen of Troy. But there's destruction in it. It's like love and destruction. Lyrics! Also, this vibe, what the heck? Loving this song.
Oh, when you take it out on your boyfriend, I know it's hard, but do your best. Give yourself a break.
Wait, let me go back. I'm loving that.
So when you're broke, you get ahead. Oh, when you take it out on your boyfriend, I know it's hard, but do your best. Give yourself a break, have a little faith.
Oh!
Let's hear it for the girl.
I'll play this to my boyfriend when I'm annoyed with him. I'm like, it's hard being me.
Have a little faith. Let's hear it for the girls living in the modern world. Living in the modern world. Living in the modern world.
Wow, what an awesome song! I can't believe that's a bonus track. I mean, I know we get to listen to the bonus track here, but like, that should be a main album song for real. That's so good. What? Oh, I loved everything about it. The have a little faith, give yourself a break, have a little faith. That's interesting. It's almost like a Christmas song or something. Da 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 da. You know, and then using the word faith like something religious, you know, so Christmas, religion and all that, you know. Well, anyway, it sounded really good. Love it. Love it. Wow. Okay, one of my favourites again. All right, last song. I have been recording for a million years, but let's do it. Hold No Grudge.
Remember when we used to sing, baby, up in your room before your mother got home?
Do you know what it sounded like? You look in my lip, you look in your lips, and you're coming my way. Baby, baby, baby. You know, Christina Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle moment, for sure. You look in your lips, and you're coming my way.
Before your mother got home, there was a sound to our innocence. Our voices were lovers in the same bed.
Oh.
Now I'm not sure how they would sound. Isn't that sad?
Wow.
I didn't know that I could be replaced.
Oh, that's sad.
Years ago, I tried to get a message to you, but I never heard back.
The melodies are
I
wonderful.
never heard back. Where did we go wrong?
Is she talking about like her ex actually? Because it sounds like it. Or maybe just people in her life, you know? Like that she's not friends with anymore, or all the relationships, you know, could be a bit more universal in that way.
I realize that it isn't me. No, I don't keep a list, can't hold a grudge. Don't you think that we both might have done some growing up?
Oh, I like the beat switch up.
But it's such a different world now, I can't hate anyone.
Yeah.
Remember when we woke up to saw the silver sun in your old Citroen. Remember when we used to swim, baby, no one around. Take off.
Very cool.
I used to count down to your
I used to come down to your birthday. Like the rising. I really like it when people do that with songs. They go up, 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 or like down, down, down. I know it's not like, doesn't seem like super creative or whatever, but it just sounds good. I like this song. It's nice. It's pretty chill.
But it's just when I go to close the gates, permanently, I realize that it isn't me. That we both might have done some growing up. Yeah, I know that some shit was said and done, but it's such a different world now, I can't hate anyone. Look at my age, not my horoscope.
Oh,
'Cause it's growing up.
I really like those lines. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that was a nice one. Like I said, like not like a mind-blowing, but like nice, and I feel it too. I get it. Okay, that is the album and the bonus tracks completely done. Wow, bloody wee. Yeah, so I know I've already pretty much said, but I really enjoyed it. I really did. When I'm editing, there'll be more to it. Not sure if I'm going to go into the lyrics yet. I guess I'll think about it. There was a couple songs there that I was really interested in. I might just do it in my free time. If you do want that, do let me know. I know there was a lot of people that said yes on the poll. I don't know yet. I think I'm not going to put too much pressure on it and just go with the flow. Anyway, absolutely loved it. Thank you for watching, and join me on all my socials, and love you very much. So yeah, bye.